Hi, and welcome to the third tutorial in the tutorial series Monty Hall and the Python. For more information about the Monty Hall problem, please see tutorial number 1. Alright, last time we finished making our complete interactive Monty Hall problem simulation, and we tested it, found a bug, got the bug out, and made sure that what happens in the simulation was exactly what we expected to happen in the real problem. There was a correct choice, number 1. Then because there was a correct choice, there were 2 wrong choices. We made a choice from the list of all 3 choices. Then Monty Hall revealed one of the wrong answers. We were given the option to switch our answer, and if we switched our answer, then that we chose what was left over. If we didn't switch our answer, then we kept our answer. Either way, we have it printing on the screen whether or not we were correct. Okay, so now it seems like the thing to do would be to take part of this code and put it in a loop. And so that seems easy enough. So why don't we do that? And in fact, simultaneously, we're going to do 2 things. We're going to put this in a loop, and then we're going to create a tally. And that way, it can do some math for us, so it's doing the stuff we don't want to do. Okay, so I have zoomed out on my code. I'm going to zoom in to make it easier to show up on the screen. It'll be wrapping lines, so I'm going to drag this over here temporarily. And then there, yeah. Then when we're done, I can just go over here and we can switch screens like that. Perfect. Okay, so we still have our choices A, B, and C. So just below that, we're going to start a loop. And we'll say for I in range 10. All right. Now we're going to highlight everything down here and hit the tab button. At least that's how you do it in Notepad++. So now my loop is formatted and everything runs the same. That is literally all you have to do to run this thing 10 times. Okay? So I'm going to I saved it, but I'm going to say File, Save As, and we'll save this as 1. So now we'll have a record of our zeroth iteration simulation and our first iteration, and so on and so forth, if we keep doing this kind of asinine naming convention that I made up. Okay. So let's try it. All right. So we got to be careful now not to run the 0, but we run the 1. Choose one of the following. A, B, C. We'll choose A. A. Monty Hall reveals B. Do you want to switch your answer? We'll say yes. My choice was C, and I was correct. All right, and it just looped, so it goes to the right next. Choose one of the following. We'll say C. Monty Hall reveals A. We'll say no. And I said we were going to keep a tally of this, and then I didn't do it because I'm not that bright. So I'm just going to cancel out of this now. Control C. That's a keyboard interrupt. That's how you kill a program at the terminal with Python. But let's now add a tally to this. So we'll say tally equals 0. And then here's where we figure out if we were correct and how did you do. So if the new answer is the correct choice, then you were correct. So here we can just say tally plus equals 1. Okay? And then maybe at the very, very end, outside of our loop, we can say print F, you were right. And we'll say tally in the little bracket out of 10 times. Okay. Period. Save. All right. Now we're keeping a tally. All right, we're going to just go through this fast. A. Ah, you messed up, moron. Remember? No? Okay. Let's try one more time. All right, we'll just choose capital A every single time, and we'll say yes and no. Yes. A. No. A. Yes. A. No. A. Yes. A. No. I'm not keeping track of this. I'm trying to go through this very quickly. A. Yes. A. No. A, yes, A, no. All right. So in that case, I was right 6 out of 10 times. So that's 60% correct. That's better than random in some sense. Randomly correct would be 50%, although our statistics are very low. And so within the margin of error, we could almost say this was basically just random. And that's what you would expect. Since I don't know the answer, it would be random if I'm just saying yes or no, whether or not I'm correct. Okay. However, one of the great, you saw how quickly we went through that, and we were able to tally 10 things up. All I did was just pick A every time, and I said yes and no. I let that vary. But what we could do is we could now set up the Python program to make those choices for us. And so I'm going to save that for the next tutorial. This, at the risk of this one being a little short, we'll stop it here, and I'm going to let you linger with this a little bit in case you want to wrap your head around what we're doing. So in our next tutorial, we're going to keep going with this tally idea. We're going to bump it up and maybe do it 100 times. And instead of printing all of this out, we'll automate what we decide to do. So we can automate always changing our mind, or we can automate never changing our mind, or we could automate randomly changing our mind. And I think that's not very ideal. But either way, we can do all three of those things, and then we can run 100 simulations, or 1,000, or 10,000, and very quickly get an idea of what kind of statistical certainty we can come up with. Okay? So thank you for watching, and I hope that we will see you in the next tutorial.